How strong is Brook? Brook is a very peculiar character because honestly, Brook, his personality, the stuff he has done, he should be a lot of people's favorite character because, like I said, well, I really didn't say it yet, but he is the most recent Straw Hat Pirate to join. A lot of times people are kind of not used to him being a Straw Hat Pirate. That's what I noticed. But with years going by and Brook getting more shine in the recent arc, more people are recognizing that Brook greatness, Soul King. You gotta understand, this man, his bounty is 83 million. That definitely will rise in the future. The big news will be received around. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I definitely think that Brook will have so many more important moments in the One Piece story. But how powerful is he? Where do I rank him when it comes to his strength? Now, the first major battle you look at when it comes to Brook is his battle versus Ryuma. It was not the actual Ryuma, because let's be honest here, the actual Ryuma is a powerhouse, and I'm not saying that just because I'm guessing. Like, this guy actually was a powerhouse. I'm talking about the Ryuma zombie with Brook's shadow. That zombie was a monster indeed, but he still wasn't like in his prime. But still, those battles between Ryuma, a master samurai swordsman, and Brook, it showcased the speed, but it also showcased the gap between him and a character like Zoro, because when Zoro fought the zombie Ryuma, Ryuma had to go 100%, but when he was fighting Brook, he didn't even show most of his powers. That's why Brook was so, how do I say this? He was happy that Zoro was fighting for him, but he was shocked at the difference of strength between him and the zombie Ryuma. So definitely crazy. You see the first area where you can actually judge how strong Brook is, and I definitely feel like, well, it was stated by Ryuma that Brook's protecting his afro really held him back. Now, after the time skip, there was a major fight in Fishman Island for Brook, and this is where we see Brook casually defeat one of the fishmen. And I'll tell you right now, Brook casually defeating one of the fishmen, it wasn't really a big thing. I do think the fact that the fishman named Hoseo had a crazy fruit, it was like camouflage, and he was using steroids too. That's still what I feel like was kind of impressive for Brook. And this Fishman Island arc in general was an impressive arc for most of the Straw Hat Pirates, showcasing their new moves. And I definitely feel like this fight, though it did not look important, it definitely was a really highlighted moment for Brook. Now, skipping over the Jorah fight, I want to talk about the Sheep's Head moment in Zou. Sheep's Head, one of the underlings to an underling. Yes, he's an underling to Jack, who's an underling to Kaido. And Sheep's Head, he wasn't really trash, but he definitely got worked, and Brook was helping when he got worked, because Brook actually came through. He was clutch, blocking him, and then we had Sanji coming with a double team. Now, did they have to double team Sheep's Head? Probably not. Just be honest, I believe both of those characters, Sanji and Brook, were strong on the Sheep's Head, but the fact that they did, it just shows you that, like, sometimes you gotta just do what it takes to end someone off fast, quick, and no struggle. And I feel like if Brook was fighting Sheep's Head, I think he would defeat him maybe mid-diff, I would say. But the fact that, like, Sanji came in, it was easy diff, and that's just why the fight was a double team. But I do want to tell you guys, yes, spoiler alert if you're not a manga reader. I know most of my people who are subscribed to me are manga readers, so I don't know why I always say that, but just want to respect some of the anime onlys. You might want to mute this part of the video. But Brook, yes, the man Brook went up against a Yonko. And let's be honest here, of all characters, do we think Brook was going to be the one to go against a Yonko? Now, honestly, people have been disrespecting this Yonko, but she's so powerful. She has so many feats. I'm like, how could you disrespect Big Mom? Like, Big Mom is a scary woman. Like, she's very powerful. Is it because she's she doesn't look really pleasing to a lot of the male viewers? I'm not too sure. It's because, how do I say this? She is a female. I'm not too sure why people disrespect Big Mom, but Big Mom is legit. She's from the old era, like back in the days of Roger, Whitebeard, and Shiki. I respect Big Mom's power, and like I said, she scares me as a Yonko. But the thing is, Brook damaged Prometheus and Zeus. That's what I believe he did. They showcased it, and it's the first time that these two homies were actually damaged in a battle. That showcased how much of a powerhouse Big Mom was, that she really didn't get her two special weapons damaged until Brook was the one who damaged it. Now, I do want to say this. There's definitely asterisks around this, probably because Brook has the Soul King power. I mean, he has the power when it comes to souls, and homies are definitely soul-based power. So definitely Brook has pretty much the Luffy to Enel was Brook to the homie. So you gotta look at it a little bit differently, but still, he still damaged it. I gotta give him some credit. Now, speaking of Brook's fruit, the Yomi Yomi no Mi pretty much gives him the power to return to life, and we've seen him expand so much after the time skip. He even said that during the time skip, his 2 years of being Soul King, touring around the world, he discovered what he can do with that power, that fruit, and it pretty much expanded. And I feel like this was showcasing that Brook in the future will have even more crazy attacks. But we've seen him now using ice attacks, chill from the underworld, and you can see that after he cuts you, it's like you're frozen. Now Brook definitely has a lot of music-oriented attacks that are very cool, falling you, make you fall to sleep. But I like this ice attack because it kind of showcases that Brook is now using some crazy attacks when it comes to his fruit, and his fruit is not as useless as people think. There's definitely a lot of usage for his fruit. We know now he can take his soul out of his body, which is crazy and very spooky. So definitely Brook has made major improvements since the time skip. Now recently, I think this is one of the most impressive things I've seen, but recently the author of One Piece, Ichiro Oda, the mangaka, has stated that Brook is the fastest Straw Hat pirate, faster than Sanji, the man who actually ran so much that he had to walk on air, faster than Luffy, whose gear 2nd and gear 4th is so incredibly fast. Brook is the fastest Straw Hat pirate. Now, they did say, I'm not too sure if they mean base, like when they're all in their base form, Brook being the fastest. I wouldn't be surprised. But honestly, I was surprised when they said Brook was faster than Sanji and Luffy. But I'm not too sure if they're actually putting the gear 2nd, gear 4th, and Sanji going ham speed. I'm not too sure. But I definitely believe, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it and just say, I'm gonna believe it, yo. Brook is the fastest Straw Hat pirate. And why would I be surprised? It's because of what happened to him. He was wandering around looking for his body, and then it pretty much disintegrated and turned into a skeleton. Yes, this is where Skull Jokes came to be, and his body is so light he can walk on water. Not just walk, he can run on water. So definitely Brook being so light, it definitely makes sense for him to be the fastest Straw Hat pirate. And I definitely feel like his attacks, the way he uses speed in his attacks, he cuts you up and you don't even notice. Definitely Brook's gonna have some more speed based attacks, and that's why, yo, if Brook gets observation haki, yo, he's gonna be OP. Now Brook is now he does have his fruit, which he's using more after the time skip, but Brook, his natural main weapon is a sword. He's a swordsmanship user. He uses a fencing type. You know, fencing is more of, I think, France based. I'm not too sure if it's 100%, but he learned this in his days when he was in the military, and I definitely feel like we got to get a flashback of him in his West Blue days. That'll be very interesting. But yeah, his swordsmanship is very overlooked because of the Zoro effect. When you have a beast like Zoro on your crew, it kind of makes the other swordsmen look like not that good. But honestly, Brook is a very great swordsman, and I definitely want to say this, he's more about precision. I don't know why I'm stuttering. He's more about precision than power. He's not just a power-based fighter. And I'll tell you right now, even though he's not a power-based fighter, it's crazy because post-time skip we learned that he can actually cut steel when he went against that dragon in Punk Hazard, and he got complimented by a samurai from Wano, Kiyomon, who Kiyomon himself is a very powerful swordsman who knows armament haki. So Kiyomon hyping you up and saying you're actually a pretty strong swordsman, definitely you have to take that and say, oh my. Now you're probably thinking, Mac, how strong do you think Brook is? Stop rambling. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys how strong I think Brook is. Honestly, before this latest arc in the manga and anime, I thought Brook was like the 6th strongest. I had Frankie and Robin above Brook. But honestly, after this arc, it's tough for me not to say that he is the at least 4th to 5th area strongest. And I'll be honest here, I'm going to put him at 5th right now, right under Frankie and right above Robin. But as soon as we see Nico Robin do some crazy stuff, I might just bump her up to 4th or 5th. I'm not too sure. But right now, Brooks has his 5th for me, his 5th strongest Straw Hat. And I feel like he definitely has showcased many amazing things. Now, it comes to the grand things, not just the Straw Hat Pirates, I feel like he's right under Cavendish and Bartolomeo level characters. The Grand Fleet members, they are definitely impressive, but I feel like Brook is right under them, close to them, and I definitely feel like he can tangle with a Vice Admiral. Now, can he beat a Vice Admiral? Probably not, but the lower Vice Admirals like Maynard, I definitely feel like Brook, I would put my money on Brook rather than them. So lower level Vice Admirals, I think he can defeat, because Vice Admiral's strength varies so much. We've seen some overpowered Vice Admirals, like the lit Vice Admirals like Momonga and like Doberman and Onigimo, and then we see Vice Admirals like Bastille and May. Like, these guys are not that strong compared to other Vice Admirals, so definitely I feel like Brook can hang out with the lower levels, but the higher level Vice Admirals, I would take them. But that's just my thoughts on Brook's power in general. He's a very powerful character, but it's more about speed with him. So if he can outspeed you, crazy stuff indeed. Adding some hockey to it, his fruit expanding it even more. Many people have been telling me, did Brook awaken? That's a big question in the One Piece community, but honestly, My thoughts on Brook is he's the 5th strongest dry pirate, and I'm excited to see more of him because hype stuff will be happening. We're heading towards Wano in 2017. More swords we're going to see, so Brook is definitely might get a power up there, and more hype things in the future going up against Yonkos, Admirals, and many more characters. Brook will have to become stronger. End of story Brook is going to be amazing, honestly. End of story Brook, I definitely feel like he'll be on the Yonko commander level. The characters like Jozu, Marco, I see him being around those, not Marco, but Jozu level. How'd I say this? Cracker maybe. So definitely Brook, end of story, will be very overpowered because he's like the middle tier when it comes to dry pirates. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section. I know I've been rambling. What do you think about Brook's power? Because he's a fan favorite character now, but a year ago, 2 years ago, I didn't see a lot of fans for Brook. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Like and share if you enjoyed. Like and share only if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.